Whew, okay, I haven't done this in a while. Let's see if I still got it. If you guys didn't notice, I actually took a 2-week break at the beginning of this year. It was much needed. I'll get into that later in the video, but before I dive headfirst into 2020 content, I thought that I would make this video to address a few things, get a few things off my chest, get it out the way, start 2020 with a fresh page. And you can hate on people all you want and say it's just a new calendar year, which it is, it's true, but it just feels nice and fresh and new to me. So if you didn't know, I've been on the internet for 6 or 7 years or something like that, and I've been a full-time YouTuber for about 2 years. Being on the internet is a beautiful thing about 98.9% of the time. It's mostly overwhelmingly positive, which I love about the job, but like any other job, there are a lot of struggles, and there are things that come along with it that are less than stellar sometimes. Like, I imagine those of you that are watching this video that are teachers or lawyers or doctors, moms, custodians, accountants, whatever you do for a living, there are gonna be rough patches in your job, obviously. And I think in 2019, I started off on a really great foot, and it sort of got a little bit off course, I would say towards the end of the year, starting around when I moved here to LA in September. When your job, in a way, is putting your life on YouTube, those lines can kind of get blurred. So, you know, some of the things that I've been struggling with, without getting into too much detail, is quite a bit of body struggles after some unexpected weight gain. There are things that I deal with in my personal life that no one even knows about. Healing past childhood traumas and trying to balance work and life, which is something that I don't even know if I'm ever gonna be able to do, but I'm gonna continue to try. And of course, the biggest one and the most important one, which is burnout, which I experienced more than ever in 2019, especially towards the end. And it was the main reason and the main contributor as to why I took this break. I'll talk more about burnout later in this video, but something that I've always prided myself on in my time on YouTube is being fairly open. Like, I feel like I'm a pretty open book. I've talked about really personal things on my channel. Some of those things are still there, some of them has since been privated, but I've talked about a wide range of varying topics because I really love relating to you guys. I really love making people feel seen and understood and heard and not alone, and so it's something that I've really enjoyed during my time on YouTube. But there kind of is a dark side. You do open yourself up to, when you are more open, other people's opinions and judgments and nitpicking, and there is sort of a sense of entitlement that forms. People feel like they know you. They feel like they can just tell you whatever they want about you, and you're just a person on the internet, right? You're not a real human being that has feelings and might be going through your own personal struggles that nobody knows about. And that's kind of what started to happen. So those two components really started getting to me. The burnout thing, just stretching myself way too thin, which again, I will talk about later. And this new sort of, the more my channel grew, the more hate I got. Although a lot of it was absolutely ridiculous and stupid and pointless, some of it was my own deepest insecurities brought to the forefront by other people noticing them, i.e., example number one, my weight gain. I have gained a significant amount of weight in the last probably 3 years. And because of society and because of diet culture and because of social media, it is something that really truly bothers me some days. And other days it doesn't. Other days I feel really empowered and beautiful and incredible. And then some days I feel like shit. Like absolute shit. Even though I'm on this body confidence journey, and even though I'm trying to help other people feel confident in their bodies and feel a lot more neutral about their bodies, it's still something that gets to me. I'm a human being. Like, I can't help but feed into diet culture sometimes. It's something that bothers me. And so when other people point it out, sometimes it doesn't really bother me. It just rolls off. And in fact, most of the time that's the case. However, there are waves that come in. It can be really damaging to have these things pointed out about my body. And here's one thing I will say. I went back and forth about including this next segment in the video. I'm going to be reading some comments that I have received recently over the last like probably 3 months or so. I didn't really want to give them much attention, but I do feel like this needs to be talked about. After some going back and forth in my head, I was like, you know what? I do think that this needs to be seen. Not because I want you to feel sorry for me because my life is so hard, or because I feel like I'm just the victim of such awful bullying. It's because this is something that happens to people every single day online, and I really want to continue to help people realize that we have a real problem in today's day and age with criticizing and nitpicking and commenting on women's bodies, and it needs to stop. So I have a few random comments saved, which I don't usually like to do this, but just to get a tiny idea, so you can read just a few comments to get a little bitty taste of it, here we are. So the first one says, there's a difference between body positivity and being nearly obese. People need to wake up. Your double chin kept triggering me. Lose some weight, LMAO. Really cute girl, but it's time to get in the gym. You will thank me later. Smiley face. Thanks for that. At 13 minutes and 11 seconds, it looks like there's a baby bump. Love that. That first look is bleh and makes your stomach look really big. What you mean 10 out of 10. Stop stuffing your face and you'll fit into clothes. It's not the clothes, it's you. Spoiler, you gave up on yourself, your health, and your looks. Very angry. I don't really feel like I need to keep going because we all get the general idea, right? Like, this is actually the comments that I just happened to notice. There are dozens, if not hundreds more of those that have been filtered out by YouTube because of the blocked words feature, which is incredible, by the way. And even though this is a minuscule scale of what people in larger bodies face on a daily basis just for existing in the world, I can only talk about my own personal experience. And as a size 14/size 16 currently body, which is, by the way, the average size, like the dead on average size of the standard American woman, it is still something that is brought up in every single video. It can be a video about me thrifting, it can be a video about me cleaning out my closet, it can be anything under the sun, honestly, and there will be comments these days about my body and my weight. It just further perpetuates the idea that we need to be thin to be happy, that there's only one idea of what health looks like, that you can even judge someone's health off of their size. Don't even get me started on Jillian Michaels, girl. Ooh. I wished so desperately that there was as much concern for a lot of, say, celebrities or influencers that are openly using drugs or drinking every single night or engaging in really unhealthy behaviors as they care about how much Lizzo weighs or how healthy she is. Have you seen that woman on stage? Have you seen the cardio that goes into her stage performances? That girl's more in shape than any of us, so sit down. Let me slow down before I get too heated because I will defend Lizzo to the death. And tying into that, you never know what is going on in someone's life, with their body, with their health. Number one, it's none of our business. Number two, don't do it. I don't know if anyone's ever told you this. If I'm the first person to tell you this, okay, that's sad, but at least I'm telling you now, never comment on someone's weight, never comment on someone's body. Even if someone is losing weight and you've noticed on the other side of the scale, don't comment on it because you never know if someone's going through an eating disorder, if they're incredibly stressed. I remember I went through a breakup at the beginning of 2016 and I didn't eat. I was engaging in very, very, very unhealthy behaviors. My hair was falling out, I felt like shit, and so many people commented on how amazing I looked and that I was glowing and I was thriving, and that's just not okay because it further encouraged me to engage in these unhealthy behaviors, this disordered eating that I was doing, because I was being encouraged to do so. And guess what? I was so unhealthy. I was drinking almost every single day. I was eating basically Cheez-Its and Diet Coke for a meal, and nobody was concerned about my health. Suddenly, I'm in a healthy, loving relationship. I'm working towards having a healthy relationship with food. I'm slowly kind of like breaking down these brick walls that were built around my mind that protected diet culture, and I'm getting more comments than ever about promoting obesity, or that I'm going to become obese, or that I'm going to encourage someone to get diabetes, or whatever the case. And you never know. So it's just so important that we never comment on it. And by the way, I'm not exempt from this. Like, I have used the phrases skinny legend in the past, and I've told people that they look like a skinny mini, and I've been guilty of all of this, but it's important to continue to learn and grow and evolve and change. And so that's what I'm just hopefully trying to pass along in this video. I wanted to take a moment to talk about a break, but then also take an opportunity to be like, oh, by the way, here's something I wanted to talk about for a while. I think all of that, everything I just said, in combination with burnout, which is a very, very common thing in all fields of work. It's not just social media, it's not just online, it's definitely in the majority of people in careers that I know, they're experiencing burnout. It's something that we're constantly working to avoid, yet in this hustle culture, especially the way things are online, you are kind of forced into this cycle of constantly filming, constantly uploading. You need to stay relevant. You need to constantly be creating. You need to make sure that you are posting, or the algorithm is gonna forget about you, or it's gonna punish you, or someone else is gonna come along and take your place, or people are gonna lose interest in you and not care anymore. And so it's just, I need to strike that balance. And that is one of my biggest goals for 2020, is to just, like, you know, find the work-life balance, avoid burnout whenever possible, because it's something that I've pretty much all of my creator friends have gone through, as well as my friends in other fields and my friends that are moms, etc., etc. I did buy a self-help book about burnout, so I will update you guys when I'm finished reading it, but I think that all of these things in combination with each other were just getting me to a place where I felt like I was regressing on my journey as far as confidence goes. Not just body confidence, but just like how I feel overall. It was making me quite a little bit depressed, if I'm not gonna lie. And so I was like, you know what? I think that after 2019 comes to a close and I post my very first video on New Year's Day, I am going to take a 2-week break and just absolutely relax and chill. And I'm so glad I did, because I want to end this video on a positive note. I know that the things that I've talked about in this video may seem like they're coming across as negative, but they're really just real. And that's something that I really want to work towards continuing to do in 2020, is basically saying, hey, life isn't just a series of curated moments where you're posing for Instagram photos or going to, you know, trendy events and things like that. It is just like real life. It is just real life, and I want to continue to convey that on both my channels, on my social media in general. And so with this break, I just felt like I really got to recharge my batteries. I got to relax. I bought some books, haven't quite read them yet. Went to Disneyland a few times. I spent a lot of time with friends. I got to have some quality time with Drew. We got to go home for the holidays. It was really nice, and I enjoyed it so much. I'm finally starting to feel like a normal person again. I'm really excited about continuing and just diving right in with some awesome content for 2020. I did want to say before this video was up, I am just so grateful for all of you who show me so much love on a daily basis. My Instagram DMs are overflowing. I see you guys in public. I see all of the amazing sweet comments that you leave on my photos on Instagram, on my YouTube videos, and the positivity far outweighs any negative comments I may get, and I hope that you guys know that. I'm just so proud and thankful to have such an awesome community of people who even keep me on my toes, you know, correct me on language that I use, educate me on different issues and topics. And I just hope we can continue to learn and grow together in 2020. I'm just so grateful for you guys. I love you so much. You all have to let me know in the comments below if there are any kinds of videos that you want to see in particular in 2020. I would really love to continue creating fashion videos and thrifting, but I'd also love to start like incorporating more stuff. I really just want to create an awesome community for all of us to feel like safe and understood and happy and loved. And so I hope that at the end of the day, after watching this video, you do feel that message coming through, because my heart is in a good place. I just had to get a few things off my chest before we moved forward. You know what I'm saying? I will see you guys in my next video sooner than you think. Bye.